cry out for peace.
This video has been sponsored by Set TV. Now, in case you guys have been living under a rock, Set TV is indeed the #1 TV provider. With over 20 years of experience in the industry, Set TV now allows you to watch over 500 channels, including animated shows, for the incredible price of only $20 a month. Now, it's important to highlight that they'll soon be expanding their incredible reach to 1,000 channels, thus beating any competition. Now, that is a lot of channels. You can also watch your favorite movies online as well. Now, if that was not enough, Set TV is also here to remove the limitations by providing you with the ability to watch TV in any device, whether that is your laptop, your phone, or your tablet. All you really had to do is basically download the application on your smart TV and then basically install it and experience the true meaning of entertainment. I mean, that really is unheard of, and you can start today, like right now. There is no long-term commitments nor any cancellation fees involved. You guys can click the very first link and it'll redirect you to their page. That is all you gotta do. I mean, no more waiting. Give it a shot and I guess get set. So he said that they have about 5 more episodes to go before Anime WaR concludes. So that is a very interesting piece of information there. You guys should note that down because we got a few more episodes to see, I suppose, and I mean, I wish it wouldn't stop. The fact that Jake just keeps improving like that. I mean, this episode, honestly, guys, I don't know if I'm a little bit biased or, you know, I might be somewhat of the fanboy inside of me talking, but this really drive the point home, if you guys know what I'm talking about. I really enjoyed this episode. Just the action was so solid. Such a clear, crisp episode. I mean, there's nothing really that I can complain when it comes to episode 5 of Anime WaR. So many fights, just amazing. I mean, I am so grateful because I'm basically on this genre of entertainment here on YouTube, and I just can't help but express my gratitude toward Jake because I know firsthand what it means to produce something fun-made and basically to be this successful. So he has all the support in the world from me, and basically it is truly astounding the way that this episode actually presented itself, and I understand why would he want to take more time, because it looked amazing. So let us get into the review of the episode. So, the episode picked up with the fight of Goku against this evil god. This is bar none a god that is so strong that is definitely going to cause trouble, and that definitely was made perfectly clear in this episode, if anything, that this dude will be trouble, and just you'll see what I mean. If you guys haven't seen the episode, of course, definitely first see the episode and then come back and watch my review of it, along with my expectations, because you'll get confused. I mean, it doesn't make any sense, you guys watching my review first. I want to spoil everything for you, so definitely first watch the episode, then come here to see the review. So, what I loved about this episode was that we got to see Gohan in action, and what I love even more is that Gohan is so relevant and super that I don't have to go and be envious to the fact that we see a badass version of Gohan in Anime WaR, and then the nerd type of Gohan in Dragon Ball Super. We've actually gone past that point. Gohan seems to be reintroducing himself slowly in Super, and I would say he's really fast becoming what he used to be. He's definitely reclaiming his spot as being a badass fighter, and I couldn't be happier. So Gohan fought successfully this other god that looks like Janemba. Of course, another element that was revealed in this episode is that those gods, the more you fight and the more you exchange punches, they can actually absorb your energy, so the stronger they become. That is a big problem because they're already as strong as it can get, and basically stealing your energy is definitely on their own benefit. They're building their power beyond any wildest imagination could possibly be on your head, those guys are turning out to be not just super strong, but immensely powerful, like crazy strong, and that is going to be a huge problem. And if anything, it was demonstrated in this episode that even Goku nor Saitama at this point can really put a dent on this guy, this person that Goku's fighting. That was revealed in this episode. If you guys have seen the episode, you know what I mean. This is the dragon god Zamara. That is the plot twist that I was referring to, and they actually dig deeper into the story. They went back and had a little bit of a flashback as to how this person used to be the former Daishinkan, the great priest. This was the former Grand Priest, guys, and that is definitely something that I didn't expect to see, and it has me thrown by a huge surprise. I mean, but it was a great plot twist. But going back to the initial part of the review, Goku and the dragon god Zamara were fighting. So basically, Goku is fighting the super dragon. This is why this guy is so strong. I mean, Goku is using the 100 times Kaioken, and it was sufficient, but obviously this guy used the absorption technique, and he actually transformed. I mean, Goku was able to get the best of him, and there were a lot of shots that connected. He nailed him with an uppercut at some point, and then of course a lot more blows. So it was a devastating battle, and if more so a one-sided one, before Goku actually, his power completely drained, and then this guy took the upper hand on the battle. But the thing is that, he transformed. He looked scary, like, seriously, when he appeared in front of Goku the very first time, just the sight of him alone, watching him on the video, it was actually quite frightening, I'm not gonna lie. A very intimidating presence nonetheless. He was already scary, he doubled his size and he looks a lot more intimidating than before, actually, so that's something. But that's not the only reason why you should fear him more now, because if he was strong before, he is unstoppable now. So Goku, he wasn't even able to stand, let alone withstand a blow from him, and basically he was about to kill him, and then Saitama intervened and saved Goku at the last instant. That was a very critical save there. That was a saving throw of the episode, because Goku would have been a complete goner had Saitama not intervened and saved Goku. But another huge surprise in this episode. Now, actually, one more thing that I love with anime WaR, and it's one element that they really portray justice. It's something that Dragon Ball Z used to, in a way, kind of count on all the time, and that is basically more powerful opponents that would make a really strong fighter look like nothing, or basically have them really struggle. I love the fact that anime WaR is using that so often in their short, fun-made animation, because that is basically what Dragon Ball is all about. That is basically the next challenge that you really can't even face, but somehow you will harness the power, because basically you have your loved ones and all of that, and you have more to protect than the villain. But it's so cool seeing a villain that is so much stronger. Like the moment that Goku was like, how can I defeat him? There's no way I can beat this guy. It was so reminiscing of back on Namek when he was fighting Frieza, and it really did dawn on me. This is the moment of Anime WaR Episode 5. If you were to ask me which one of the moments would you highlight as the episode's peak, that would have been one of them. I mean, don't get me wrong, the fighting was amazing, but the fact that they were able to portray Goku so much justice and make me feel something like that, it's definitely, worth 10 points if you ask me. So that was a highlight moment of the episode, in my humble opinion at least. You guys don't have to agree, of course. That is one of my favorite scenes. And of course, another great scene was Saitama was battling, the dragon god Zorama at this point, and he's actually using a new technique that he was saving, and it's crazy to see the One Punch Man basically, using so many of his serious punches, and the dragon god Zorama, not even his facial expression changed. I mean, that's how much his strength has improved. I mean, it's Goku to blame in a way he didn't know, of course. I mean, it's Goku to blame because he got this strong. He wasn't this strong on his own. He absorbed the 100 Arms Kaioken power. That is why he transformed to this monster, this monstrosity that, not even Whis admitted at the ending of the episode he's not even capable of handling. That is another great part of the episode where it adds more layers to the story. It makes it much deeper, and it's just overall delivers the excitement all over the place. So Saitama was also knocked down. This dragon god Zorama, he basically offered him the chance to join them in their task of conquering the multiverse in a way. He refused, of course, and it was a funny scene on how he was like, your mouth is now bigger than your muscles. So I love that they're actually adding some comedic elements, because Dragon Ball can be really, I suppose, serious, but there are those lighthearted moments that they infuse them beautifully, and thus you have this incredible combination, I suppose, when you fuse those two elements. That's when it's the most funny. I mean, when you're not supposed to laugh are the most funny moments, so I guess. So, anything, I'm digressing, that's on a side note. So, of course, the ending of the episode is what made me to just drop my jaw, because Whis and Beerus asked Whis to fuse. Let me get to the previous scene first, and then I'll eventually reach the point that Beerus asked Whis to fuse. So basically, Whis appears, the dragon god Zorama was about to finish off Saitama, then Whis appeared, he deflected his blow, and then he basically recruited Goku, Lord Beerus and Saitama. He went them to a safe distance, and then basically Lord Beerus was complaining to Whis, why didn't you come earlier? I needed you, essentially. I mean, he didn't use that word, but that's what he was trying to imply, of course. Then Whis went on to state that he cannot face this dude head-to-head, and he's questioning as to whether or not the current Daishinkan could even confront him in battle. So that is insane, you guys. This individual is unlike anything we've seen before, at least in the Dragon Ball universe. He's second to none. He's actually second when it comes to the strength of Lord Zeno. So he's the second strongest in the multiverse, and that is crazy. He doesn't get actually more powerful than that. I can't imagine Zeno, going on a rampage and wanting to kill Goku or Vegeta or the rest. They wouldn't stand a chance. But this is a really close second. He's a person that is just unfathomably strong, and he's about to engage them in war. He actually found their place that they were hiding, and at the point that the episode concludes, before it cuts, Beerus asked Whis to fuse. So, when you don't want the episode to finish, you know that the person that created it did something right, and in Jake's case, he did a lot of things right. He did everything right to my eyes, personally, guys. This was just an amazing episode. I cannot believe that he teased us like that and he ended the episode. I really wanted to get just a sneak peek, a single shot of Beerus and Whis fusing and then concluding the episode. But there's hardly anything to say. This was an incredible episode. To kind of wrap it up in terms of the episode, was exactly like I was expecting it to be. Highly action-packed. The Gohan scene was beautiful. Vegeta wouldn't get to see a lot from Vegeta in this episode. It was mostly Goku fighting this Zorama dude, and then Saitama having his moment. A very creative scene where basically Saitama was jumping through the rocks and he was trying to find an opening, even though he was punching him, and this dude, he wouldn't even face him whatsoever, so he's a complete monster. Now, would a fusion of Lord Beerus and Whis be enough to take this guy out? I would have to believe that even if it's not enough, he would at least be able to be on par with them. I mean, but if he's able to absorb energy, what good would it make? Even if you are more powerful, I suppose this guy would eventually catch up to you. That is unless if you destroy him before he has a chance to do that, which might be the case in Anime WaR. We'll have to wait and see. Now, let me talk a little bit my expectations about Episode 6, what I know is going to happen, and some of the events I expect to unfold. Now, I do expect to see Piccolo fight a little bit more. We have not seen Piccolo in action for quite some time. We saw Gohan in this episode. I feel like Piccolo needs to get his hands dirty more in the battle scene. I mean, he's letting Gohan battle this Janemba dude alone, but I'd appreciate it if he basically, team attack this dude and forget about fighting one-on-one. This is quite crucial here. These guys mean business. Their strength is out of this world, and if they want to ensure their survival, they ought to stop working. I meant to say, excuse me, they need to start working together, not stop. That was a mistake. So you need to start working together, like I said, if they want to stand any chance of actually defeating them. Saitama was able to take one of those gods out. Now, what I do know for a fact is this. I don't know if you guys have watched the live stream that Master Media did about, I believe it was a couple of weeks ago, could be a little bit more. And in that live stream, he discussed about, he showcased a sneak peek of Episode 5. I had seen initially, like beforehand, prior to the release of the episode, Goku battling Zorama in a sneak peek video in that live stream. And then, of course, he went on ahead to state that they are already working on Episode 6. They have prepared a few scenes for that episode, and it's basically the episode that all of us are waiting. It's the episode where Vegeta will use the form that he unleashed previously in an Anime WaR episode in order to battle everybody. Aizen appeared. There's just so much going on with Vegeta right now. He definitely has his hands full in that episode, and I can't wait to see that happen. It's mind-blowing, guys. Just losing my mind. I definitely did not expect that we would get to see something fun made this awesome. There's just so much of a crazy fan service, especially if we get to see a Beerus and Whis fusion. We've seen it in, I believe, in the Dragon Ball Fusions in the 3DS game, where basically they fused. There've been a couple of fan-made pictures, but seeing it in actual animation, I can hardly wait, actually, and I can't even begin to imagine how powerful these dudes would be if they were to fuse. One can only wait. We do know that Vegeta will be testing off the Kababes in that episode, and he will be demonstrating some incredible display of strength. He's going to unleash hell on Demigra, and I don't know, by removing that limiter make Vegeta close to the strength of the dragon? That I'd love to know. But when it comes to my expectations, I expect to see Piccolo battle. Vegeta is basically a given that he will be fighting in that episode, and I definitely expect to see more happening, more lore buildup against the dragon, and potentially a fusion between Lord Beerus and Whis facing off against the dragon. That sounds so much Chinese, guys, right? Or so Japanese. The dragon, that is a flat-out Japanese term. It reminds me of some martial arts movies with Bruce Lee or something, or even Jackie Chan. The dragon seems to be somewhat symbolic when it comes to Japan. So, definitely let me guys know how you felt about the episode as an entirety. What are some of your expectations about the next episode of Anime WaR? What do you expect to see? Do you feel as if what I'm stating is going to happen? And of course, we eventually have to see this introduction of this other god that is even more powerful than the dragon. I mean, it was explicitly stated that there is somebody even more powerful than him. So who could that be? Who could that person be? It's a lot to digest. So let's stick to this for now. A huge thanks to Jake. Also, guys, before I conclude, don't forget to check out Set TV. Definitely go ahead and check it out. The link will be down in the description. It would help me out a lot if you went ahead and subscribe to that service. It provides like nearly 1,000 channels with only $20. You can watch it on any device you like. I mean, as you've seen in my opening. So that is it from me. Make sure you go ahead and do that. The link will be down in the description. But I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please go ahead and hit the video up with a like, you guys. Share the video, share my channel, share my content so that more fans of Dragon Ball can get to see my channel. And if you are a fan, as always, don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more awesome daily content. Also, don't forget to check out Jake's episode 5 of Anime WaR. The link will be down in the description. As always, thank you so much for your continuous support. Also, make sure you go ahead and subscribe to Master Media if you haven't already. I mean, this is insane. But I guess, guys, like, share the video, subscribe. But I'm Sam Khan signing off here. Ciao, adios, goodbye.